Wanna take something that's so good. Love is only two. Maybe you should realize. Try to understand why he is part of my life. And you can say what you want. What we have, you can have. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Sean. Good morning. I already moved my body this morning. I already went for a walk. Move your body, girl. Make the fellas go. The way you ride it, girl. Make the fellas go. Your body, girl. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Pantera Sarah. Hi, baby. Oh, you just made my whole morning, Sarah. Gosh. My love. Golly. Talk about knowing somebody from back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I got up this morning, read my devotion, took a walk in past your house late last night. All the shades were pulled and drawn way down tight. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I know, Sarah, we are old, but you know what? It's a lot of history, girl, a lot of history. My hair is shedding. Anyway, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. It is Monday, Labor Day, and yesterday, if you notice, I did not do Coffee Talk because I was with my kids the entire day, and I just really didn't use my phone very much. I took pictures of us, but I really wasn't on my phone. I was trying to be as present for them as possible. Hello, Marie Potts. So I was just really enjoying my kids yesterday, and Michael flipping over the dock, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide. Did you take a walk on the wrong block? Nope, sure did not. Happy birthday, Rosie. So, I wanted to talk to you guys for a second about Labor Day. A lot of people, including my children, did not know what Labor Day was or why we celebrated it. And I thought it was good to do a little research so that I could educate my kids and then share with you all what Labor Day is and why we celebrate it. Labor Day was actually started in Toronto, Canada. So shout out to Canada. The Canadians were the first to be like, you got us working like 10, 11, 12 hours a day to bare wages. A lot of child labor here going on. And so the sort of labor movement, the labor conversation, made its way down from Toronto to America. And Americans, they love to be outraged about something. And the Americans were like, hold up. You mean there's a better way to do it? You mean we don't have to work 12 hours a day for mere wages as children? And they were like, yeah, you can unionize and take control over your business and your labor, right? Because laborers in the early 19th century were what kept this country going. I mean, they still are, but we do outsource a lot of labor to other countries, but that's a conversation for another time. So they started to demand an 8-hour workday with a better wage and child labor laws, which didn't come till much later. But this all happened under President Grover Cleveland. Okay, so shout out to Grover Cleveland for being like, hey, this seems to be a big deal for people. Americans are not happy. Guess what? Who can guess by show of hands what the Americans did to bring attention and awareness to the issue of labor? Who can guess? Raise your hand if you can guess. Yes, Grover Cleveland was from New Jersey. Yes, he was. Who can guess what Americans did to bring attention and awareness to labor issues? Raise your hand if you have a guess what they did. They marched in the streets in the thousands. They protested. They organized. Did it turn dangerous, Jamie? I'm so glad you asked. Yes, anytime there is a resistance, right, it typically turns violent because typically the government is happy with what's going on and they don't want to make change. You guys are working 12 hours a day for pennies and you're all a bunch of children. We don't care. Keep building the country. But we don't want to work 12 hours a day. We want to work 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day? Absolutely snot. Well, then we will protest. We will take to the streets. So they put a call out to the country and said, if you are a laborer and you are tired of long hours and shit wages, meet us in the streets. Meet us in these streets. And guess what? At first, it didn't look like people were going to show. And the government was like, you tried to get a bunch of people to protest and nobody showed up. And then they came out in the thousands and thousands on the first Labor Day. Thousands of Americans poured into the streets to march together for change. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. And guess what? Change didn't happen overnight. I know you probably thought, but wait, they protested, they organized, they marched. Where's the change? Well, Marie, I'm so glad you asked. They actually did. They actually did. Yes. Somebody threw a bomb or a grenade or some shit at the police because the police were trying to rough them up. And then the cops started shooting and killed a bunch of protesters. America, am I right? America. And this was in like 1874, y'all. This ain't new. But thanks to those people who marched and protested and came out into the streets, we now get to work 8-hour workdays with a what's called minimum wage. And children, I suppose you think that's great. Marie, listen, just be fucking thankful nobody's called you into the streets to have to protest anything, Marie. Be thankful that Americans have done all the work for you so you can just ride on their coattails into that 8-hour workday, Marie, and get your wage, girl. Get your wage. Look at Marie with all her freedoms. Freedom. I love it. Guys, if you feel annoyed about Labor Day, you might want to check yourself. If you feel annoyed about the truth about Labor Day, you might want to check yourself. I like how Marie's like, read your history when I literally just read the history. Okay, Marie, I'll read it again. People, you know what? People are so mad about Black Lives Matter that they are mad about Labor Day. Fuck Labor Day. Trying to make parallels. People made change in the 19th century for labor laws. But you really trying to tell us some shit about Black Lives Matter, Jamie. We're not stupid here. We get what you're trying to do. You're trying to make us think that riots are okay. We see what you're doing. Nope, this is just the history of Labor Day, whether you like it or not. No, you're trying to make it seem like you're really telling the story of Black Lives Matter. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you the story about Labor Day. If it sounds familiar, it's because ain't much changed. Don't be mad at me. You may not like my storytelling. You may not like my sense of humor. You may not like my voice or my freckles. You may not like me. But it doesn't change the fact that the only reason why we have 8-hour workdays and a minimum wage is because in the 19th century, under Grover Cleveland, labor workers were fed up with their conditions, and they took to the streets in the tens of thousands to protest and demand change. You don't have to like me, but you can't change history. I don't know what to tell you. Jamie, this is making some people feel uncomfortable. Well, sometimes American history is uncomfortable. I know, but couldn't you tell the story differently, like with less facts? I mean, I guess I could, but then it wouldn't be the history of Labor Day. It would just be some shit I made up. I know, but you talking about people marching and protesting and shit makes people feel like you're really here for Black Lives Matter. Well, you know, it's funny you bring that up, because I actually am. But this is the history of Labor Day. Oh, okay then. Go back to the history. Okay, I will. We literally have weekends off because of the labor movement. We have 8-hour workdays because of the labor movement. We have a minimum wage. We have a minimum wage because of the labor movement. We have child labor laws because of the labor movement. Think about the people that keep this country running. You don't have to like the history. You don't even have to like me. We're just talking about Labor Day. Y'all brought up the other thing. I didn't. Y'all did. Because y'all felt some type of way. If you put a cape on, you could be super mad. Super mad. I mean, it just is what it is. It's just Labor Day. I'm just telling you the history. And I'm very grateful for the people who did come together to protest labor laws in this country. I'm very grateful for the people in 1894 in the 19th century who said, do you know that they only got Christmas Day, July 4th, and every other Sunday off before they marched? Okay, Angela, that's a great question, Angela. That's a great question, but we can't answer that today because we're focused on Labor Day, but that is such a great question. Kind of like, Angela, if somebody kidnapped your kid and hung him from a tree, and I said, let's put a statue of that person in your yard to make sure we never forget, how would you feel? Feel kind of fucked up, right? Like, I get that we don't want to forget. We don't want to forget Jeffrey Dahmer because we want people to know that shit happens, but we don't want to put a statue of Jeffrey Dahmer up to remind us. That feels weird, right? Imagine being a person who doesn't get that. I don't I am very grateful for the people who marched. And I am very grateful for the people in this country right now who are on the front lines, who are working to battle wildfires, which, by the way, the fire in California was started from a gender reveal party, not the temperature. They just announced it last night. Yep, pyrotechnics from a gender reveal party. Can we just get ultrasounds like everybody else? Do we have to literally set the world on fire to tell people we're having a girl? Could we scale it back a little bit on the gender reveals? Because now men in California and men and women in California are battling another fire in 111 degree heat. America. Am I right? Woo! I am so thankful for the people that farm in this country. I am so grateful for farmers. Thank you for continuing a profession that is a thankless profession. For the people who grow crops and pick them and clean them and take care of our vegetables and our fruit. For the people that keep this country running, that pick up garbage, that drop off mail, that do the things that we take for granted, right? The things that we take for granted in this country. Even I do. I try to think about, like, how many things, warehouse workers, yes, Amazon, all of that, shipping, the ships that come into the ports, all the people that manage that, people that work at airports, people that, every job, cab drivers, grocery store baggers, the true, like, laborers of this country. I'm not a laborer. I write movies. Let's be honest. I'm not a laborer. Okay? I am so truly grateful for yes, food does not magically appear in stores. It doesn't. We think it does. Oh, Bridget, you are very welcome. We feed America with great beef. We love that. Thank you. Farmers, truck drivers, factory workers, people who package Tylenol. I don't know. Thank you for every beekeepers. Beekeepers. Who even thinks about the amazing beekeepers? Because without them, we wouldn't, I just said frontline workers, which includes nurses. Yes, what is the problem, people? What is the problem? How could this conversation piss you off? What is going on? Lord. Garbage. Yes, I said garbage. Mail workers, postal workers, firefighters. Yes. Chemical operators, scientists, and to the people. Ranchers. Yeah, I don't know what ranchers do, but I love them. Teachers, of course. Yes, all of that. People that work at the DMV. Thank you. Linemen, people that fix power lines when they go down. The fucking internet providers. All of them. Ooh, Chile, I tried it with you, Marie, but you gots to go. You had me and then you lost me. Y'all, I will let you go for a long time before I block you. If I think that if you are trying to have a conversation, I'm down with you. Even if I don't agree with you, I won't block you. But if you just... Chile. I'm just here trying to enlighten y'all about Labor Day. I just want you to understand that oil field workers, yes, everybody, like the people that we never think of. You know what I mean? Like the people that stock the grocery shelves, the people that unload stuff from the trucks, that work for $12 an hour, 40, 50, 60 hours a week so that I can walk into Whole Foods in my flip-flops with my fresh pedicure and get a fucking ripe avocado. Thank you. Thank you so much to the people that labor this country, to the people that keep it going. If you are a front line, if you are a police officer, if you are an ambulance person, if you are an EMS, a firefighter, a teacher, a beekeeper, a airplane person who brings the planes in, if you take the bags off planes, if you are a railroad person, if you bring ships into the barge, if you are a retired veteran, if you serve the military right now, if you park cars somewhere, if you build buildings and repair hospital equipment, if you make stethoscopes, if you make masks at your home right now. Yes, I just said police officers. I literally just said, woo, Lord. Okay, y'all. It's not going to go. It's not, no matter what I say or how much I say. Thank you. Bartenders. Ooh, you know I love a bartender. Yes, ma'am. Waitresses, servers, busboys, airline attendants. If you are the person that people call because their toilet is clogged, thank you. Thank you to every single person that keeps this country running. Thank you to the people in the 19th century under Grover Cleveland in the 1890 whatever who marched and protested and rioted in the streets. Even though it was ugly, it was necessary because we needed change. And we cannot just support the work that people do in the streets for the change that benefit us. We must support the work that the people do in this country, even when it's ugly, even when it's dangerous, even when it makes it uncomfortable, if the change will benefit us as a people. Maybe you are not a laborer like me. I am not a laborer. I do not work 8 hours a day for minimum wage. I do not bring planes in or serve this country in the military or bottle Tylenol. But I am grateful to every housekeeper, nurse, 911 operator, and everybody else, and to the people that marched in this country and demanded change so that we didn't just have Christmas, July 4th, and every other Sunday off, because that's what America was. Christmas, July 4th, and every other Sunday. That's it until they demanded change in this country. And they got 8-hour workdays and they got weekends off. And sure, there are some people that have to work weekends now, and there are some people that work more than 8 hours. But otherwise, the people that protested and marched and fought for that, I am grateful. It is why we have Labor Day. It is why we have the day off today. You may not like what it was. You may not like the protests. You may not like the marches. You may not like the violence. Who the fuck likes violence? No. No one. No one likes violence. No one wants violence. But people want change. They do. They want change. And I am grateful. Truly grateful for the people who fought for the labor laws in this country. If you are a descendant of somebody who marched in the 19th century for change, I am grateful to your family for their service. God bless America, truly. Okay. Some of y'all are going to be mad at me. I get it. Anytime I have to talk about anything that's uncomfortable, I understand. You don't like it. I get it. I get it. No one wants violence. No one. No one likes destruction of property. No one likes looting. No one likes rioting. No one. Zero people. Zero political parties. Zero color. Zero pant size. Zero bra size. No one likes it. No one. But when a people need change, they will take to the streets. And sometimes that collective exhaustion, frustration gets ugly. It's just part of American history. It's part of American history. This isn't new. And to those of you who thought it was, to those of you who really believe that protests, rioting, marching, looting was new, brand new, to those of you who thought it just started with Black Lives Matter, read a book. Truly, reading is fundamental. Learn how the people of this great nation have demanded change. Or you could just go back to having Christmas, July 4th, and every other Sunday off while you work your 12-hour work days for 8 cents an hour. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the thing. They always love me, Teresa, always. They love me until I say something that makes them uncomfortable. That's just the truth. Okay, they did it back then, but do they have to do it now? I think they do. And guess what? They'll probably do it 50 years from now and 100 years from now. And there'll be some other coffee talk ladies sitting here 100 years from now going, back in 2020, let me tell you what shit fuckery was going on then. People will be like, oh, you big mad. Oh, you feel some type of way. I love you. I know you're mad at me. Don't be mad at me. It's just the history. Don't be mad at me. That's the history. Don't be mad at me. That's the history. Don't be mad at me. That's our history. Boston Tea Party? Woo! Don't get me started on the Boston Tea Party. You want to talk about a riot. You want to talk about a riot. Let's talk about the Boston Tea Party another day. That's for a cocktail. America was built on protest. They left England in protest. And then they came here and kindly asked the Native Americans if they could borrow some land. Okay, love you guys so much. I love you, truly, more than you know. Have a great, great day.